In my composition, Waiting in the Rain, I sought to set a scene of a warm, nostalgic, cozy cafe using lo-fi techniques such as nostalgic sound effects and simple drum patterns. And this really created a nice, warm, cozy effect, and it means a lot to me because in my childhood I would go to these cafes and I would experience these sounds and I would want to be in them and want to feel the cozy nature, and it's a nostalgic memory for me with this song. My technical techniques that I used were lots of simple drum loops and drum tracks and the use of a very simple but still quite complicated jazz piano MIDI progression, and I overlap those and use those over the top of each other, and as well put in some guitar chords over the top, and that's how I got the warm, nice, nostalgic feeling.
Since music became an elective back in Year 8, we've gone through several pieces of assessment from compositions to performances as well as analytical essays. One of my favourites in particular are the performance elements, where I actually learned to play guitar, piano, bass, various other instruments besides the saxophone, which I learned in instrumental lessons, to perform several pieces of music across these performances. So I've decided to perform Babe I'm Gonna Leave You by Led Zeppelin, which is one of the first pieces of music I learnt on guitar, and I am using a loop pedal to put all of it together, and which is a form of innovation, which was one of the pieces of assessment we had this year.
By Black Keys. This song brings great happiness and joy to all three of us, as we've performed this song once before for assessment. This song dates back to Year 8 when we all picked music as an elective, and since then, every time we've played this song, we've always been happy and thought of the joys that this song brought us.
They wanna get my gold on the ceiling. I ain't blind, just a matter of time before you steal it. It's alright, ain't no blood in my eye.
My piece, A Corrupted Land, is inspired heavily by the works of Austin Wintory in the game The Pathless. The Pathless is a game which I really enjoyed and really connected with, and while his piece, None Have Returned, focuses heavily on the heroic and legendary aspect of the game, I wanted to focus in a lot more on the sad and desperate nature of the land, which I think I really accomplished through the use of accompanying lines such as the cello and the double bass. And in some parts I use pits, and sometimes I use the suspended runs, sometimes I use a second accompanying part. And I think this piece was a massive learning opportunity for me in the way that accompanying lines can affect the sound of the piece. And I think I really accomplished in amplifying the aspect of a dark, gritty, suffocated land that's just suffering.